Do you want to be a Pokemon masker? I guess the question really is, do you want to collect all these Pokemon sheet masks? Pokemon, gotta catch 'em! I've just finished treating my face with all 3 Pokemon sheet masks. Keep on watching to see what I think in my review. These masks were purchases from the Pokemon Center store during my January visit to Japan. There are only 3 masks available. Trust me, if there were more, I would have probably bought the entire lot out of the store. What I was really excited about was that these masks weren't just the typical white sheet mask. They were actually in the shape of the Pokemon. We're trying Eevee, Jigglypuff, and Pikachu. Let's start with my first impressions and then get into the review. Tonight is my first night evolving into a Pokemon. Which Pokemon am I going to evolve into first? Drumroll. Ta-da! We're going to be Eevee. It says Eevee, which is Eevee's Japanese name. What I'm really psyched for is the fact that the sheet mask has Eevee's face shape. This is promising a lot of really sweet effects to my face. The collagen and hyaluronic acid to help out with that dryness and ensure that it doesn't mess with the sensitivity of my skin. Let's give this little guy a shot. I'm gonna be wearing this mask for about 20 minutes. I was only able to find these 3 face masks when I went to the Pokemon Center store in Japan. I hope that they make more in the future. For example, the Eevee evolutions. It is definitely Eevee's face printed over it, and we even have the ears, and this is the front side, it looks like. Okay. Get her on my face. These ears, man, making it challenging to keep trying to flap back. Not really sure if I wore this mask correctly. I mean, it seems like this is the way to wear it, but I don't know what to do with the ears. I wonder if the ears are just for decoration. The mask smells like aloe vera. It's a very fresh green scent. And it has a little perfumated edge to it too. Eevee's eye here is so huge. He's winking though because his eye isn't open. These eye flaps are a little funky. They do not want to flip inward. Okay, I'll leave this on for 20 minutes and let's see what happens. Since I don't read Japanese as well as my husband, I had him check the instructions to make sure I was putting the mask on correctly, and there was nothing about what to do with the flaps, so I think they're just for decoration. It's kind of funny though because they're also moist, so I feel like it would be cool if they could have done something, but I mean, I don't want to put them on my hair because then I'm going to get maybe sticky product in my hair that might do something funky there. So lately I've just been so bad at getting myself to do sheet masks. I'm making myself put on a sheet mask in the late afternoon instead of the evening time. Today we're going to be doing fail. I found out the sound crapped out in this clip, so here's editing me's commentary. In the corner, Jigglypuff's Japanese name shows at PUROLAND, which translates to pudding, probably because she's so round. We have an angry Jigglypuff mask in our hand, so not too sure how excited she is about spa time, but she looks so happy in the image above. There were no special mask effects for this one. It was a similar solution to the other 2. So I'm trying to get back into drawing, and as a kid I used to make up my own Pokemon stories. I used to draw them in a comic book style, and Jigglypuff was a Pokemon I drew all the time because she was just so easy. She's basically just a round ball, so a lot of times if I just needed a Pokemon friend in a scene, I would add Jigglypuff. Ooh. We've got the color, she's pink, the angry eyes in this kind of sea green color. I kind of look like a bug, like a dragonfly with these giant eyes on my cheeks. Well, here are Jigglypuff's ears just kind of poking out like a dog. I don't really like these eye flaps. I guess I'll just get them out because they keep poking my eye, but I don't really know what to do with them. I guess I could try to fold them back in, but they poke my eye. Ugh. Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff. Anyone remember Jigglypuff's lullaby? Let's leave her on for 15 minutes. See if my face feels hydrated and moisturized. I like the soapy smell, it's very relaxing. Today is the day for the final third sheet mask. Guess who the final character is? Hint, this Pokemon goes Pika Pika. If you didn't get it from that hint, there's something seriously wrong with you. Just kidding. Pikachu is the final sheet mask. This is a very pink sheet mask. The sparkles are very pronounced. Again, this has some hyaluronic acid and is moisturizing for dry and sensitive skin. I just used the Jigglypuff sheet mask yesterday, so my face still has some stickiness. So we're going to be extending that feeling and the sheet mask effects on my face by plopping the effects of this one on top of Jigglypuff. Pikachu is looking very cheeky in this mask. He's winking. And I think his tongue is sticking out. I bet the scent of this mask is going to be similar to the Jigglypuff and Eevee masks. Let's see. I always feel bad ripping the packaging for sheet masks because they're packaged so neatly. I feel like I'm just destroying the work that was put in. Ooh, this is very yellow. Alright, I think I have him upside down. Let's put him right side up. Put him right side up. Okay. Wow, he has a very round face. Oh my gosh. Oh, there are his ears. I was like, why is his tail up there? Okay, his ears are kind of folded in. Put the nose down. The nose. Pikachu! Pikachu! Do I look like Pikachu now? Pikachu's ears. Again, I don't really know where to put them. I guess they'll just be flapping around. His nose is pretty pronounced in the center. His mouth is down here, and I have clown-looking cheeks. I'm strangely liking the color of this mask. Yellow for a sheet mask suits my face for some reason, or I just like the color. Reminds me of the sun. Let's see if I can defeat all my opponents with this mask, as in having maybe the most moisturized and hydrated face out of all my opponents. Do I look like Pikachu? What was good? First up, I loved how all the masks included all of the features of the Pokemon's face. Pikachu, Jigglypuff, and Eevee's ears were included in the mask. They could have just stopped at decorating the circular or round sheet mask that we typically wear, but they went through the effort of adding ears and facial expressions. So Pikachu was winking and Jigglypuff was angry. There was no mistake that you were wearing a Pokemon mask because you looked like the Pokemon. All of the masks have the same consistent, light, and perfumated scent. If you're the kind of person that doesn't want to deal with different scents because you might find one that's too strong or not suitable for your olfactory palate, the formula for the scents are just right. Now all the masks had the same effect. They were supposed to add moisture and hydration back to dry, sensitive skin. And I'd say in general they delivered. I was still able to feel a tackiness, a light gel film around my skin. I think if I didn't feel anything, then my skin would have just been dry and these masks wouldn't have had much effect. But the fact that I was able to still feel something meant that my skin was retaining some of the moisture that they were giving off. I tried the Pikachu and Jigglypuff masks on the late afternoon and I still felt the effects of the mask through the next day, even though it got fainter and fainter, which is a good sign because I've tried masks before that weren't novelty masks such as these, and I didn't feel any effects the next day pretty much. My skin had gone to its regular, normal, drier state without any product on it. These masks were on the larger side, so if you have issues with sheet masks being too small for your face normally, you shouldn't have an issue with these masks. You should be able to place them on your face and cover it easily. You can see that these masks had a little bit more holes, flaps, and all those whistles because they were trying to make them look like the Pokemon they were supposed to represent as much as possible. But I didn't find putting on these masks any more difficult than typical sheet masks where you only have to deal with 1 or 2 hole slits and all that. So they're fairly easy to just plop on and go about my day. I was just impressed that they were able to translate a Pokemon's design onto a sheet mask so beautifully. I really felt that I looked like Jigglypuff, Pikachu, and Eevee. What's funny is that in this bad list, a lot of these were on the good list but have negative sides to them. For example, on the good side, I talked about how impressive it was that they were able to translate the Pokemon design to the sheet mask well, and they really went all out in terms of even adding the ears. But on the other hand, when I actually had the mask on my face, I didn't know what to do with the ears. They were just kind of poking out. I couldn't really put them to the side because I didn't really want to get the formula in my hair. So while the ears were true to the design, in terms of functionality of the mask, they didn't do much. They just kind of got in the way a little bit. I mean, really with the ears, just pull them out, take a picture. Otherwise, just let them flop on the side. I really didn't find anywhere on my face that I could put them. I also found that the eye flaps were huge. They drooped outward, so I wasn't really sure what to do with them. Now that I'm thinking, I just tried to move them or fold them backwards so they wouldn't poke me in the eye. Maybe the point of the eye flaps was to fold back so they could cover your eyes and you could take a picture with the mask with the entirety of the design on your face. I don't know, I have anxiety about getting things in my eye. Yeah, so I don't really know why the eye flaps are so big. While I appreciate that I was able to still feel a tackiness or stickiness, meaning that the solution was still there on my face still did get an itchy sensation. I don't know if it was necessarily from the sheet mask. It's just been really dry here in our transitional winter-spring climate of being cold and hot suddenly. But the sheet mask didn't add moisture enough. I still had to itch my poor face. But you know, maybe this mask isn't meant to be heavy duty. It could really just be more a fun and cosmetic mask, which is fine, depending on how you want to balance the effectiveness of a mask versus how pretty or cool looking it is. And one unique, possibly negative point depending on your taste, the mask, because it included the ears of the Pokemon and they were bigger than typical sheet masks, that also meant that they were heavier. These could weigh your face down just a little bit more. I mean, it's not like you're wearing an anvil on your face, and that also means that the sides peel off easily because of the weight. So I did find myself having to stick the edges back on. I do want to bring something up that's not a pro or con, but just a suggestion to the Pokemon sheet mask creation team. All the masks have the same advertised effect, so it would have been nice to change up the mask depending on the type of the Pokemon to make them more of a firming mask. For example, if it was a rock Pokemon, the mask could have a firming effect. So team, if you're working on more masks, it could be fun to match the type of the Pokemon to the effect of the mask. Because Pikachu's an electric type, maybe electric type masks would have a brightening effect because lightning flashes and is really bright. Ooh, and then Jigglypuff would have a soothing effect because she's a fairy / normal type Pokemon and her special skill is sing, to make other Pokemon fall asleep. That would be a fun relationship to make between the Pokemon types and the sheet mask effects. Pokemon design team, if you want to hire me to match sheet mask effects to the types of the Pokemon, I'm right here. Let's wrap everything up with final thoughts. These are fun for taking pictures and sharing with family and friends, you know, if you're having a sleepover. But if you're looking for a very moisturized and hydrated face, these aren't that much better than typical sheet masks. Although, like I said, it was still nice to be able to feel some of the effects the next day. So I can't find the receipt. I don't remember exactly how much these masks cost, but I think they were about $7 to $8, not on the cheap side. So if you really want to give your face more of a drink, I would recommend the Etude House mask instead because they're much cheaper than these and your face feels hydrated, moisturized, firmed, all of that for much longer. And my final props to the designers or whoever created the mask. There was a lot of effort put into the designs, which I really appreciated. But in another version, let's find some use for the ears. And that is it for the Pokemon sheet mask review. I have a playlist that I'll be linking in the end card that shows all of the previous sheet mask reviews that I've done before, my most recent one being on the Tencel Tea Time sheet masks. I'm mainly a style fashion channel, but I do some travel and food videos too, so why don't you subscribe so you can get some joy, creativity, and cuteness in your inbox. Comment below with any suggestions for sheet masks that you want me to try in the future as well. Alright, have a magnificent day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!